like I said, if we do, because I think that anything could happen between now and then to where the government just disannuls Congress and takes over as a dictatorship, which has been Bush's goal from the beginning.
Does Hillary fly around on a broomstick, Sherry?
No, but I heard she has a UFO of her own.
Oh, really? Man, I'm down with that. Wow. Her and Janet Reno can fly around.
Thanks for the Memories. That book written, Thanks for the Memories.
Yeah?
I'm trying to think of the person who wrote it. But they talk about they were a White House prostitute, MK Ultra program, the whole 9 yards. I'm sure you've heard about this stuff before.
Yeah.
And they were on UFOs with Hillary Clinton and other politicians having parties.
Wow.
And I've said for a long time, our government has their own fleet of UFOs.
Really? Okay, like their whole fleet.
Yeah, they have a whole fleet of their own UFOs. So, you don't necessarily know if you're seeing an alien craft or a government craft. I mean, they're not new. In World War II, the Germans had a whole set. We called them Foo Fighters. Our American military called them Foo Fighters. They didn't know what else to call them.
Yeah.
Because the Germans had their own UFOs. They were the first ones to come out with them.
Really?
Well, they're very occultic. I mean, the Germans were the first ones to really start probably having all these treaties with Satan and his aliens.
Well, did the Germans have their own UFOs?
Yeah, the Germans did.
Well, why'd they lose? Why did they lose?
Well, I don't think they were armed with missiles. I don't think they knew what to do with them.
Really?
I mean, you can read about Foo Fighters. It's not,
So did the aliens give the Germans the V-2 rocket technology?
I don't know. I don't know why they didn't. They could have won. Probably would have had the best Air Force in the world at the time, but I don't think they knew how to arm them at the time.
Hey, here's a great question. This is my friend Joe. He wants to know, this is my kind of question here. Have you ever had a true witness to alien corpses?
You mean like seen it myself?
Yeah.
A true witness to an alien
corpse? I suppose it's a true witness, whatever that is. I guess it's looking at it like an alien autopsy.
I have seen aliens.
I mean, the only good alien is a dead alien, right?
Yeah, exactly. But no, I mean, they say they're in Dayton. There's an underground base at the Air Force base in Dayton.
In Dayton? Well, that's a
Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah, that's
not too far from you.
Oh, man. We're surrounded by it. Indianapolis. We're all about paganism over here.
Yeah.
Of course, I've been around that old Amtrak place over there. It is freaky, but
is it?
Yeah.
I need to know where that is. I'm through Terre Haute. Is that over there? I don't know where it is.
Terre Haute. No, it's right in Indianapolis, right south side of Indianapolis. But so somebody here writes, are we to follow Judaism? Is that a question?
Well, not today's Judaism. Not today's, because they follow the Talmud. They follow Judaism wasn't even a word. There's different sects of Judaism. Let's put it that way. And so, follow the Torah. Follow the first 5 books that Moses wrote.
If somebody only had
prophets, and then you've got Matthew, you've got James, you've got John.
So you're not throwing it all out. You're just saying, don't read Paul.
Read Paul.
I think I'm getting that one. But can somebody find their way to true enlightenment just by the Torah?
Well, there's a lot of parts of it that were left unfulfilled that the Lord fulfilled by His perfect sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people think, what is the Torah? You know what? It's a constitution. If you look at today, our Constitution of America, it outlines our civil liberties, our freedoms. Mm-hmm. It was the same thing the Torah was. It was a Jewish constitution.
Let me ask you something. Do you believe in Bible codes, that there is a Bible code?
Yeah.
Well, if you start taking out Paul's writings, wouldn't you mess up that Bible?
No, because the Bible code program I use is based on the original Masoretic text of the Hebrews. It has nothing to do with the New Testament.
Oh, really? And is there any specific version that works with Bible code, or do they all work, or what? I
use Bible Codes Plus.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to BibleCodesPlus.com.
Mm-hmm. All right. Is there any particular prophet that you really agree with and respect? Who are your favorite prophets out there? People you like to listen to?
I like the Book of Matthew.
No, not a book. I mean, a person. Is there prophets out there? Are there people out there, shaking through the forest like you're doing? I mean, somebody you really respect. Who's your type of people? Besides Paul.
I don't know.
No, yeah. I mean, somebody asked you, if you agree with Benjamin Baruch or David Ells. I mean, I guess they're asking for, those.
David Ells, I hear his name all the time. Yeah. Well, usually when I talk to you, because I think you bring it up every time I'm on the show.
I don't bring it up. My guests will my listeners.
Well, they bring it up. Yeah, they do, because you'll hear both of our names in the same sentence all the time. I'm not real sure what he believes.
Okay. Well, I mean, so do you have anybody that you
I have problems with Benjamin Baruch. I have problems with mostly everybody.
Okay, so there's nobody that you really like out there.
I don't follow man. I don't follow anybody else. I'm just my own person, and I spend my time at the Lord's feet, not at man's approval or not listening to see what other people are doing.
Okay. Does Paul have anything to do with Mark of the Beast?
Well,
I
the
say, why
whole
not?
thing of government submission and submitting to authorities.
He's causing all kinds of other problems. I figure he's probably causing the Mark of the Beast problem too.
You know, I mean, yeah. I mean, he's
caused all of it.
Authorities.
Yeah. And here's this question: if Paul was an apostate, why didn't the other apostles say, "Don't listen to him. He's a crazy man"?
They did. They didn't. Where's the excommunication document? Why wasn't that put in the KJV instead of being buried in the Dead Sea Scrolls? Why wasn't the truth allowed in the KJV? Why? Because Constantine wanted his brother Saul Paul, dominating the KJV because it put the religion, the Christianity of that day, under the government. They were able to control the RCC. It was a creation of the Roman Catholic Church, and the government was able to control it through Constantine.
Okay.
And it was Paul's writings. He was a fellow Mason.
Okay. What specifically is in the Dead Sea Scrolls that says Paul was a heretic?
Everything.
Is there a verse or
there are so many books?
There's this guy named Paul, and he's a freak. What does it say?
Read the Clementines. Read the homilies. The homilies are and the Clementine. Get Robert Eisenman's books. He was the one who went through the Dead Sea Scrolls. I saw them with his personal eyes. Read them, and he wrote 2 books. His name's Robert Eisenman, James, brother of Jesus, and the Dead Sea Scrolls. And I have never even read his books. I have just heard from so many people that after listening to me and after reading his books, that their eyes were open, they could see it. You know, I haven't read Eisenman's books.
Okay, so then he's one of your heroes then.
Oh yeah, definitely. I would promote him, and I've never even read his stuff just because of what I've heard from everybody else who were just so pro Paul. And then when they actually saw what was actually in the Dead Sea Scrolls and why the Roman Catholic Church wouldn't release them and stuff, the stuff they were hiding to prove, and that's why they wouldn't release anything.
All right, switching gears a little bit, Sherry. Lynn wrote in and says they've made some organ I don't know, machines, I guess, and they're about their house. They have looks like about 5 of them, and they said they haven't noticed any difference. Do you have a certain amount of organ machines that you need to have in the house, or how many does it take to make a difference?
Well, they're called orgone blasters.
Okay.
And if you're making just 2 different camps on the internet making orgone, there's my camp and there's Don Croft's.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say blasters, but I'm thinking, is the thing just sitting? Does it sit there and blast something, or you got to pull it?
Yeah, it's a continual energy. Oh, okay. It's a positive energy. It's automated.
It's blasting all the time. 24-hour blasting.
I have a website, orgoneblasters.com. Typically called the Tower Busters online. I changed the name to Orgone Blasters. I make them specifically the way the Lord led me to make them. There are people who make orgone online that will hurt you.
Whoa.
They put cursed water, cursed objects in the orgone. They create dead orgone energy instead of positive.
Dang it.
And so like anything that the Lord has, Satan perverts.
No doubt.
I take a bigger hit on orgone than I do Paul, as far as the Christian crowd goes, because there's crystals involved, which is very new age,
Yeah.
And I just tell them, you know what, you're going to have a real problem with heaven.
Yeah.
Heaven's full of crystals.
Yeah. Well, I note that in what's that movie? Guy using a time machine.
Back to the Future?
No. Let's see. His name escapes me. It's the guy back in the 70s with red hair. What's that guy's name? Napoleon Dynamite. Yeah, they had a time machine and he had crystals in there, but something went bad and he got injured. So I think crystals can be dangerous.
Well, crystals are an energy. It's what blew up Atlantis. Crystals are an energy, and so you have to be very careful. But I mean, if the Lord tells you how, I'm not sitting here thinking I'm going to blow myself up.
Are angels bringing down instructions and details how to build these things? How do you get that? I mean, is it
I just listened to the Lord's voice in my spirit, Daniel, because I was sitting in front of my computer monitor day after day after day getting attacked by ELF weapons through my computer monitor.
Mm-hmm.
I could be sitting in front of my monitor and all of a sudden I'm dizzy. I've got the taste of sulfur in my mouth. I feel like I'm on
Whoa.
drugs or alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the effects of these ELF attacks, these high-tech weapons that our government has.
Mm-hmm.
And at times I felt like I was having a heart attack. They would target my chest. I felt like I was going to go into a coma.